Hey guys, this is Dale Perryman again and my buddy Mike Carmindro, who we're going to be talking kind of today about kind of our take on Tesla. So you want to go first, Mike? What's your take on Tesla?
So I'm not your typical fundamental analysis kind of person. I don't usually use it. I don't use technical analysis. My my bullish and bearish picks are uh, basically fully based on what I feel of the market, of the industry, and what I know about it in general. Kind of like just basically my gut feeling. In this case, I'm long Tesla, I'm long Amazon, I'm long Google. Amazon and Google are pretty obvious reasons, pretty much obvious bullish go-to stocks, why they might be good in this kind of environment. Tesla is a little bit different. The only reason why, honestly, that I've been bullish Tesla for since it was at 300 is because I believe in Elon Musk. He's pretty much of a wild card, and he's a little bit of a loose cannon sometimes, but as an entrepreneur and engineer and visionary, I think there's basically no one in the world like him. So I heard Tom say this, and I actually believe this is Tom Sosnoff, actually from Tasty Trade. He actually said they like to say never fade a superstar, and I actually really truly believe that. Elon Musk is, call it what you want, but he's basically changing the world. He's sending rockets up to space. He's controlling two companies. He's got a company. I believe the story behind Tesla, I believe, is a little different than what people are approaching it from. And the bearish side is that, from a fundamental point of view, maybe it's completely overvalued. Maybe it's the worst stock in the world. I have no idea. And to be honest, I don't care. But what I think Tesla is a technology company, and they're going to change the world. And I think Elon Musk is going to drive that. And I think he's changing the whole industry towards, and I don't think any car makers have proven that they can even compete at that level yet. So until that happens, I don't think Tesla's, to me, a bearish trade. I don't care how overvalued it is. I don't care how much of a crazy person Elon Musk is. It's just my feeling of the industry and technology in general. So that's my stance, and that's how I usually pick my stocks. And
All right, is it my turn?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll say I'm not a big believer in gut feeling. I mean, when I have a gut feeling, I feel like it's indigestion, and it's that let that my indigestion affect my stock picks. I believe that Elon Musk, while he's a creative guy, I believe it's developed one of the biggest cult followings that I can imagine. Just because I like somebody's product doesn't mean I invest in their stock. And I'm at the core a fundamentalist, and I'm looking at their cash burn and the price that they're going to have to compete in outside the United States. And I'm bullish. I'm bearish on Tesla and have been for a long time. So Mike has been rewarded with his gut feel, and I have been punished terribly by holding on to uh, my my belief about the fundamentals of Tesla. So Mike tends to be his kind of developed some expertise in setting up call and put calendars. And so I'm kind of reaching it. What's that?
Diagonals.
Diagonals.
They're a little slightly different.
Okay. How's a diagonal different from a calendar?
The strikes are not the same.
Okay, the strikes are different.
Calendars have the same strikes, one expiration versus the other. They're both the same strikes. Diagonals, and that's why they call them diagonals, because one strike is here, one strike is here.
Okay. So what I want you to do, I'm kind of asking Mike to help me set something up that's an antithesis of his belief, but he's going to help me set up a bearish put diagonal on Tesla. Is that right? Okay.
Diagonal.
All right. You want me to share my screen, and we'll put on some different ones, and
yeah. First, tell me your initial thought on the trade, and we'll discuss each one, or the pros and cons. What I feel.
Well, my premise is bearish. I mean, how much
Right,
more do you need
but
to know?
the interesting part of the tricky part of the diagonals is how bearish are you, and
Well,
how much are you willing to bet on this?
mm,
Basically, so not in terms of dollar values, but here's the way I approach these. So um, one of the ways I always approach a trade like this. What if I'm completely dead wrong?
yeah,
What happens? And that's kind of the first thing I actually look at is if I'm completely dead wrong, how much is this going to kill me, or how if it kills me at all? Like, and obviously you can't protect yourself from being completely dead wrong,
well, I would
too
then,
much, because
I would
then you're
I would then say that and I'm getting some echo, and I don't know if it's because you probably don't have your headphones on.
yeah. Go
And
ahead, keep talking.
I would say I'm bearish to neutral.
Okay.
I'd like to make money off of it. If it's unchanged, I'd like to make
Okay.
money off it. If it goes down, I'm willing to lose money on it if it goes up. Today's trading at 977. It's up $41. Um, ideally, I'd like to make money as it goes down as low as 900.
900.
Yep, I'd like to make money off of it if it's unchanged.
Okay. Let's start with
And
900.
I'm willing to lose money if it goes to 1,000 or 1,100.
Okay, 900 is a key number that you mentioned. Let's start with there.
Okay.
So
You want me
I'm
to share my
curious,
screen?
yeah, I'm curious what delta is in 900, and also
All right. So if I put on kind of a trade here for Tesla, and first we're going to look at buying something in August. My go-to strategy, because I've been heavily influenced by poor man's covered calls, is to buy the $1,000 put.
right.
And I know that's not what you tend to do, right?
And
Because
the reason why I don't do that is because I feel like if you're going to be bearish on something and you're wrong, I think there's too much to lose if Tesla were to keep going to like 1,000 and above.
okay, so
It would be too painful of a ride the entire time.
where would you buy the put?
Well, I actually start by selling first. So this is the way I do it. So you said that 900, right?
Well, if that's the way you do it, let's start with the July
Let's try with that thought. So and this is interesting because you're still approaching it from a poor man covered put perspective, right?
Yep.
So let's try to detach you from that process a little bit. Not completely, but let's try to, if you're gonna expose yourself if you're gonna allow yourself to go down this path of trying these, let's go down the path the way I recommend, and let's see how it works with you in terms of how you think of these things, think through these things.
Okay.
So you said 900 is about where you feel like, what did you say about 900 again?
I said I'd like to make money and down to 900, willing to start losing money at about 850.
Okay, so
you want to sell the 900?
Okay, sell 900. Let's see how it starts off.
Okay.
Sell 900.
All right.
Now,
and then in August, what do you want to do?
So now the diagonal basically says a calendar. Here's how I look at it. A calendar would be you buy the 900, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would be a calendar.
Okay.
That would be a bearish play. Actually, let's look at that. Buy the 900. I want to show you this so you can visualize it. Now let's put it on the analyzer. Get rid of that other, yeah. All right. So your delta's a negative 54, right?
All right. And you can see that down here. Okay.
And it's a delta negative trade. It's a theta positive trade. Pretty good theta, 200 theta, right?
So I make my break evens are at 1036 and 796. I like that range.
And it's a Vega positive trade. So basically, what I like about this trade, okay, here's why I used to like doing calendars.
And tell me, how can you tell it's a Vega positive trade?
So I just look at that price slices. See the price slices category. go up a little bit.
Wait a second. This is.
You're good.
Um,
Oh, okay. Wait, where's your other leg?
yeah, I don't even see it.
No, it's there because because it looks
Okay.
right.
Is it? It's because some of these
I
other
think it's being
things are.
covered by your. It's just being covered by your
Ah,
down.
gotcha.
Yeah. So you
Gotcha.
had it. So
All
you
right.
lost. You lost it though. But leave that on there. You lost it. Go back 900, 900. This is also interesting because I think you find little things that other people look at, and it kind of exposes you to a little bit of other things in the trading platform that I may look at that you may not. Okay, so I look at the price slices section,
All right.
which is right above it. See, right above.
Right here.
Yeah, right there. See,
Okay.
if you look at that, it's like it shows you. It says the deltas. The middle one is where the price is at now.
Okay.
Is Tesla at 1037 right now?
No,
Right?
it's at 976.
Oh, here's a little trick. Go to the right. Go all the way to the right of your screen.
Mm-hmm.
Down to that first. Yeah, that little menu down there. Go down to that first menu. Up, up, up. Right there. Right to the right of that. Go right. Hit that. Reset slices. Okay, this is kind of what I do because it resets your slices, your dotted lines to where the stock is, and then 10% up and 10% down.
Okay.
That's what I look at, but that's fine. It's not really that big of a deal. But so you can see right now at 975, you have about a 10% window to the down, maybe more until your break even goes down to 800, right?
Okay.
The thing I don't like about calendars is when you're wrong and Tesla just keeps going up, this trade will just keep bleeding and volatility might drop, and you'll never get a chance to make money in this because like the back leg will just bleed, more than the front leg, and you don't get much of a theta component out of it because everything just because the back leg keeps losing value too fast.
Okay.
So what I like to do is instead of buying the 900, I want to protect you a little bit more for being wrong. Okay. So I'm going to actually recommend. So go back to the option chain.
Well, we can change it from down here if you want.
Oh yeah,
or
yeah.
do you...
Got it. Let's play around with it a little bit. Change the sold put to 850. Oh, I guess yeah, it can do it, can't you?
I don't know why it's not doing that. So change the sold put to 850. I don't know why it's not.
I guess it because
okay.
because it thinks it's a calendar. So
so let me just delete that. So the sold put in July at 850.
Yeah, 850. This will give you more room to the downside a little bit.
Okay. And then we're going to August.
Yeah.
And then the August one, what are we buying?
So let's start with go down to the 850. Let me see the price of it. So the 850 in August is
66. Yeah.
Which is about double the amount of the sold one, which is about right with calendars. So it's usually double the amount. So what I like to do is now go to, you're pretty bearish on it. So let's go to 830 and buy that one. And then let's analyze that. So if you notice, you're actually a little bit less negative delta, but you're replacing that by giving yourself a little less to lose if you're wrong. So if Tesla goes up the most you can lose is your debit minus your credit, right?
And I'm a big fan of pop, and I know that you probability of profit, and I know that you have said before that it's not really accurate to estimate, or you've heard some people say that.
Well, in time spreads like calendars, because the time component, the nature of calendars is like when that with volatility changing, you it's not as accurate because of the nature of the two different times, expiration month and the volatility component. So I don't know it well enough to kind of
Yeah, so
tell you
well,
why you shouldn't use it.
let's don't get caught up on that now. Then, so this is basically costing me $2,500 to put on, and it's $4,500 in buying power. And it looks like my break evens are at 1,003 and 762.
Yeah.
And the maximum win is at 853.
853. And you said you wanted to lose money. You were okay with actually making money, losing money after 900. You actually were saying 900, right?
No, I think that's better. I mean, I'm okay with starting to lose money at about 800.
Okay. So, and another thing I look at is if you go to the right, look how much you'll lose. Let's say if Tesla goes to 1,200, maybe. So you lose $1,000 at right now, but at expiration you would lose 2,000. And
Okay.
Are you okay with that risk?
Yeah.
You're okay with when you're being dead wrong? Dead wrong. If Tesla went to 1,200, I would consider that dead wrong. Do you agree?
Sure. And I would be fine with losing 2,000.
Okay. Then the next question I have to ask you is, if Tesla drops like a rock, you would be right, but you would be too right. In other words, you may lose money. So you can't cover every single scenario, and obviously, or that's not the way option trades work. So
well, here's the deal. This is not the only trade in some accounts that I have on in Tesla. So if it dropped like a rock, I would win on some of the other ones, but I would lose on this one. So it kind of helps me to buffer that.
Okay. So in other words, you don't want to be too extremely bearish right now in this trade, right?
Yeah.
Then I think this is perfect then, because the deltas are slightly bearish, not much, which I believe will help you. What I think this trade could do in the next 3 months is it could help you lose less if Tesla keeps going a little bit up, and by the time maybe it takes one big drop in the next 3 months, you might be able to get this all back and make some money. And then that would be the time. The thing about diagonals is the key part is getting out of it. So you kind of don't wait till expiration in most cases.
Okay.
If you see you have a pop and a profit, you kind of want to get out when you get something significant.
Oh, really?
And go to the next trade, because then you're losing out your chance of, you're trying to play, you're trying to say that by expiration it wants to go. The benefit of that is you can wait until expiration until you get your profit if you have to, but that's up to you. That's up to you how you want to manage your trades.
Well, I am going to put this on in several accounts, and because I like it.
Oh, you are putting on several accounts?
Yep. All right, so that's it. And so I think that's cool. I don't want to go too long. I'd like to just go ahead and stop recording. You and I can keep talking, and then I'll pack